today. God bless you and your families. So I think today I'm going to work on adding in joint ventures, which are different sort of rules that are added based on other customers you have. Today I want to add in wheels. So I want to be able to, if you have a carpenter and a stonemason, I want you to be able to create a wheel. The idea is that, and I'm not sure if this is going to work directly, but the idea would be that if I can get a wood block surrounded by stone, then the stonemason and the carpenter are going to work together basically to make a wheel. I'm like looking here to see how I would make one in this case. I think oh, that's easy. So if I just swap these two together, then I have it a wheel. So there's this wood surrounded by stone, and then I'll add an outline to it, and then I'll figure out how I want to score that. And this will happen not from smashing like this, but it will be it'll happen from at the end. So it's like I can't remember what I call them, end of round scoring. I think, if I just gave the value of all of these blocks in here, it'd be 2 for each one of these. So 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be 16 plus 1 for the wood, which is 17. I think that's maybe too high. I'm not sure. I'll probably start with that scoring. And then we can adjust it later. We can just score it as a single value if we want. Like in here, the idea is just to add more and more possibilities. So every time you look at a board, you have some ideas. I think the problem is, though, if you start out with, right now I've got 4 customers. And my plan is to add these synergies once your customer is upgraded. So, if this is too noisy, it sounds loud to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Tally up!
So you can see right here.
Round 2.
And then when it levels up, then it would give you options. Part of the thing I'm trying to solve too is that it seems like each round is three turns long, and I feel like it'd be nice if you had some options in between rounds to do things. Just giving you like more choices. So I think that if you level up your stonemason in the first round, for instance, you'd start to be able to get more options, and I think being able to make meaningful choices more often is more fun. At least that's my thinking. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. I think probably if I get to stream for like an hour, I should be able to get it in. I've already started on it a little bit with like the upgrades. If you go to my data on the left here, and I look at my customers, so I just added some data here. So there's like current XP, max XP, and the scaling factor, which I haven't actually like implemented the leveling completely, so I'll have to do that as well. Anyway, that's the idea. I want to be able to create like increase the density of like choices, especially early on, because when you first start out, right now you just have 2 options, which is like the stones and the wood, and it seems like that is, I don't know, for me it seems like a little too boring to start. And I know roguelike sometimes start out boring, but I'm like playtesting this game a lot, so if it's boring for me, then it's probably going to be boring for other people. At least that's my thought. So if I go into my customer manager and I just remove these 2 options, so it's just the query and the mill. I've renamed these, I believe, or I will be renaming them.
Wisdom Minor.
I wanted
Round
to reflect,
one.
yeah, stonemason and carpenter. I wanted to reflect more accurately when I add new options to these. You know, if it was just a mill, you know, I don't think a mill would make a steeple or a boat or something. I think it's a carpenter, so that's why I changed them to be like secondary sort of industry names rather than mining production names. But you can see right here, I've already got one wheel and one wheel here. Now these are intersecting, so I probably won't allow intersecting, but it would pick one of these to pick as a wheel. This is close to wheel, so you can see that that it would be pretty easy to make wheels early on. So that's part of why I don't want to make it valuable. It's harder later on, potentially, but anyway, so I got a wheel here. If I want to make a wheel over here, I would need, right here, I would need to drop down more stone. So I want to intersect with this wheel over here. It's probably hard for you to see this. I'm just, you know, picking it out. But I think what I would do is I'd swap this one, and then I would drop it down so this is a wheel. So I just log. So now I have a wheel here and a wheel here. And I think that's, I don't know, I think that's interesting. Right now you can do, this is actually a pretty good setup for a long log, which is something that the carpenter isn't showing that it can do. But if you get a long log, it multiplies the value of 3, so that's like 30 points since these are 10 wide. But it looks like, I don't know if I have enough turns to calculate it to actually get it. It looks like,
Tally up.
Yeah, not close enough to get a long one, so.
Round two.
Anyway, that's what I want to do, is I want to just have more, I want to have more options to upgrade, so mid-round you have choices. And I think the more density of choices, the more interesting it might be, for at least for me to play. So that's what I want to do, is I okay. Okay, I gotta remember where I was. Looks like I was working with query customer, that's right. Process final is what happens like after the round. I think I probably want to copy what's happening with the jeweler, because the jeweler is kind of similar in that it wants to get all blocks of type jewel. So what I want to do here is I want to basically get all the blocks with the type of wood, log I guess it's called, and then I want to look at the shape around the log and see if it to see if it has the right shape. So I want to look at all the cardinal directions. These guys do cardinal direction? No. This guy doesn't. Who does cardinals? I just don't want to look it up. Probably bomb does it. Bomb. It's probably bomb tile effect. Yeah. Grabs the cardinal directions, adds self, which I don't need that. And then yeah, I need I'll just grab this goop. Goop, goop, goop. Okay, so I got the cardinal directions. Don't care about this. First thing I should check is to see if I have this, since there's no final processing for the query, which is now called the stonemason. I need to see if it has the new thing that I just added, which is called stone wheel. So I'm just using this buff here, stone wheel buff, as a flag. I add it to the player into a list, and then it allows me to use it as a flag. You know, there's obviously functionality you can add into buffs, but right now I'm just using it as a flag, just, I don't know, for cleanliness. I like it anyway. Okay, so if it has a stone wheel buff, then it's going to look for this. It's going to look for the log, it's going to grab all the cardinal directions. Then it's going to look at each piece's cardinal direction. The fact that this list isn't lit up probably means that I don't have what is it, using system touch generic, is that right? Whatever, I'll find it, hold on. Yeah, generic. System.collections touch generic, otherwise it doesn't find list. And sometimes my Unity just like does not connect properly, like loses connection all the time. So it's not giving me these like smart highlighting stuff. Okay, so if I have the buff, stone wheel buff, then I grab all the logs, then I grab the directions, and I go for each direction I see. Is it, let me check the block type. If next block dot, I'll just check. I think this is what I've been doing a lot because I don't have like a block type. I think it was just being send block data dot loot data dot loot type equals loot type wood log. And because I'm not just looking up, down, left, right, I think I need to add upright, yeah, upright, down right, down left. So I'm going to say cardinal directions dot add. Maybe I'll just add another one, cardinal directions. I don't know what it's called, cardinal directions, when you'll already also have adjacents, but maybe I'll add that as like a utility function. Let me check. What are, I'm asking Google, cardinal directions that include diagonals called? Cardinal directions north, south, east, west are called intercardinal or ordinal directions. That's not helpful. Well, okay, since I don't have a good name for it, I'll just jam them in here. If I end up using it a lot, though, I'll probably just add it to the utility. Cardinal directions dot add vector. This list is not, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and close down my Visual Studio and open it back up again. It'll probably start showing errors and stuff for me. I know I don't have a well-formed structure yet, but add vector to int dot up plus vector to int dot right, so it's upper right. And these are just the directions relative to whatever position I get from a block, which I need to add down there. But I'm going to add right, up, left. I really like these like handy these got added, you know, a while ago, but just being able to do this instead of creating your own, like, you know, vector to define it. I think it's easier to read. So now I'm going to do down right and then down left, and that should give me all the positions of the wheel. And I think maybe I'll call it like rough wheel, because I don't think I'm going to do auto tiling to make it like rounded, although I could do that later. It's a kind of polish that takes longer for me than other people because it requires GIMP or Photoshop skills, which mine are not particularly great. Okay, so now cardinal directions has, you know, this, which gives me up, down, left, right, and then the corners. So now I can go through this direction, and I say get the block with the current position, which doesn't exist for some reason. Thought it should. Maybe it doesn't because this is not a buff. Okay, so there should be a way to get the position. How do other people get the position? It's just grabbing the group. This guy's doing it. Go back to my bomb. There's got to be a position somewhere. You know, it's probably just position. Is it just position? Is it built into the customer? Oh. Well, I already got the block, right? So it's probably block. I'm grabbing all the cardinal directions. I don't think this is right. I think I just grab block dot cell position. Okay, that'll do it. Plus direction. Get block dot cell position. There we go. And it says, hey, is it a log? Else, I think we're done. Else break. Yeah, that'll break. One thing is, if it highlights that, it shows where the break goes to, which is going to be outside of the for each, which is great. It means I'm not wasting time looking for something if it's not there. I'm getting, right now I'm saying, hey, if this query customer sees that the player has this buff, which is something that'll be an option for somebody to pick in a choice when you upgrade, then it grabs all the blocks that are logged, so it'll just go through the whole grid and find all the logs and return it back as a list of blocks. Then I can just look through all. I mean, there's probably some efficiency I can do here, and I probably need to score each one instead of doing get all blocks. I probably need to like run this get all blocks every time, so that when I'm gonna need it so that when I have wheels that intersect, they're not double counted. I could do double counting, but I think that would create a weird situation where people like, creating a bunch of lines. And I don't know. Both could be interesting, where they're creating a bunch of things that are wheels that the system's seeing that are wheels, but it doesn't actually look like a wheel. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, I'll do it this way, probably just to make sure that it's all working. And I'll be copying this same information down for the highlighting code, which will highlight it. So I go down here, I say if it's a log, for all the directions, I already know that the position in the middle is a log because that's what's the block that this has been retrieved. And I probably just say it doesn't equal log. it doesn't equal the log, then I'm going to break. And then I can just go down here and assume that if everything ran the whole time, then I can say I found a block, but maybe I do need to get a count. I'll just do this. Bool found a wheel equals true. So found wheel equals false. And then at the end I'll say if found wheel, if found wheel, then do scoring animation. Okie doke, and I don't know what all this stuff is. This is all, yeah, this is all other stuff. I think we'll want to do some of this stuff. I'll just start with that. I want to finish the scoring, but I realize that what I really want to do is do the highlighting first, because that's going to be visually more interesting. Let me play with it quicker without having to like beat a level every time. So I'm going to go look at mail customer press process file. It's the highlighting that I care about. Highlight. So I'm overriding this highlight, which is a function that is called from the parent object right here, highlight, which does nothing, but it just makes it so I can call, you know, customer.highlight, and it works for every version of the customer I have without having to do if else's all over the place. I prefer to write less code rather than more, and yeah, I'm just more comfortable with using what is it called, inheritance in these situations. Mainly because I want to be able to code as fast as I want to be able to design as fast as I can, and so I spend a lot of time building these little systems so that I can create new functions in the game easily. Okay, so this is basically the same code that's up here for process final, and there might be a point to be made that I could like make a function that both of these would use. That might make it a little cleaner, but for right now I'm just adding this into highlight. It goes through. If it found the wheel, I think maybe I need to make a list of these things. List of blocks. Wheel list equals new list block, and the idea is that if now I think this is getting uglier. I'm going to switch it around. The add next block. Else. And wheel false break. So I'm adding this. At the end of it, I found the wheel. Then I'm going to say for each block in wheel list. Then I'm going to do the highlighting. How do I do the highlighting again? Is that correct? Highlight. Okay. Oh, is this going to work? Yeah, I think it will. This is working in groups, which actually might be good. Instead of doing a wheel list, I'll probably do the group, because the group, I already kind of set it up for the group to do highlighting. Go to block cell. This is like creating a single block group. Let me look at mill. this gets a block group. And then it calls it's over here highlighting. Okay, I'm just going to copy this real quick. Instead of doing a list, I'm going to do like a block group thing here. So I'm going to say block group wheel group equals anything. Yeah, this is just list wheel group. Then I'll just say wheel group. I'll say wheel group dot add wheel group dot blocks. Block group. Maybe this will do it. We'll see. Unassigned. Okay. Equals null. Is this a plain class? Okay. Does it have a constructor? I don't think it needs it. It's just a list of blocks. But I'll say new block group. I think if I make it null, it might not want to add to it. Alright, so I'm adding to the wheel group. Now I can go through here and I can just delete this. If I found the wheel, block group and wheel group, then it's going through each one of these. This is what is it doing? Going through each one, okay. What this is doing is it's adding, yeah, it's looping in backwards, grabbing the block. Doesn't like this one because it's already used, maybe. Wheel block. Wheel block. Cell position. Then it grabs the whole group to an array. Why is this wheel group not working? Block group. Wheel group. Wheel group. For each statement can operate on various block groups. If block group does not contain public instance or get enumerator. Okay. Oh, this is just going through the blocks. Oh no, it's center group. It's different. Highlight in logs. Logs is a list of block groups. Do we need a list of block groups? I don't think we do. I think I am block wheel block in wheel group. Okay, that's better. I don't know why I'm looping this way. Oh, because I want to know what the IJ of it is. Okay. Wheel group dot blocks dot count. I grab the block from group.blocks. Okay. And then I set the highlight up with the wheel group, right? Okay. Mainly, well, the complication here is just that I'm doing this auto tiling, and I don't want to have to write the auto tiling code again, so I'm just using the groups to handle it because it's mostly the way it works. This doesn't seem right. Seems like, okay, there we go. And then we have to one too many. Okay, so if I have this working correctly, I think it's not actually going to select the center block, so I need to probably add it to the center block to my wheel group. I'll just say wheel group dot add dot blocks dot add block. Yeah. Okay, that'll add the center. Now to test it out, because I don't have the option yet to I don't have the. Oh, I forgot my train of thought. Okay. Oh yeah, right. I don't have the option yet to actually buy the upgrade. I'll just go to my player. I see I have a single person watching now. Feel free to chat if you want. Or not. I don't care. But I never have anybody watching, so. Okay, so I got a player, and then I'm going to go here and wrong player. And I'm basically going to add the buff to simulate that I've picked up the new wheel option. So, player. Go down to the initialization of the game here, and then I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to add it to my buff scheduler. The buff scheduler is just a way for me to like add code onto or attach code to an object. It's just basically a list of buffs, and then those buffs give each of those classes the ability to do different actions in the game, which makes adding content to the game very quick. So, buff scheduler, I really like the pattern a lot. Schedule item, and the new thing I added was called stone wheel buff. Okay. So let's see how many errors I got. None. Unbelievable. I don't believe that. Alright, I'm going to hit play and see if it's starting to highlight.
Wisdom Minor.
Wisdom Minor. Let me know if it's too loud. May have to like add settings earlier than I want to.
Round 1.
Okay, so if this is working, we should see it start highlighting once we can create a wheel. It looks like I can create a wheel by dropping this down to. No, that wasn't right. I'll just, how do I do that? It is doing some weird highlighting here, which it should not be doing, so that's not good. But, okay, I'm going to just do it. Can't do that. I was going to swap this, but when you drop it down, you can't swap, because the swapper doesn't allow you to swap into empty spaces. Almost. Now I should be able to swap it in and see if it's doing it. It is not. It is not working, so let me see if it's running at all. go into here and stone wheel buff. It is, I mean, it's running, it's just not doing what I expect it to do. So I'm going back to my query. I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to do a breakpoint and just check to see if it's actually going, like where it's having trouble. Look at the data. So usually if I just hit something, it'll try to re-highlight, which it did. And now it's saying, okay, let's see how many blocks we got in here. Cardinal directions, up right, up left, up down, right. Cardinal directions has 8. Looks like, yeah, looks right to me. Yeah, we got up right, which is 1, 1. We got down left, which is negative 1, negative 1. I think they were good. So I'm going through here. I'm saying get the block from my cell position, which is 0, 2. And it's going to take a while to go through because there's a lot of stuff. I'm just going to skip through here. It says, hey, does it not have log? Oh, didn't add it. Okay, that's the problem. I refactored this to be more readable, but I didn't change this. It was saying basically if there's not there, then add it. That's probably why we're getting the weird stuff too. I mean, it's kind of weird, you know, I'm having to check through like 9 spaces or something. So I'm just kind of doing it by just like looking around, which I think is fine.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Alright, that should be highlighted, and it's not. But it could be just because I'm not highlighting. No? Okay. I wonder if I should just clear these out, clear out my logs. I'm muting that, it's too loud. Clear a bunch of logs, so when I test this, there's less logs to check. So this one's going to be, what I really need is I need to be able to set up my levels so that they'll just be like put one log in here. Looks like though that I've got 1, 2, 3 different wheels set up here. So let's see how that goes. As buff. Okay. I hadn't considered that testing this thing is going to be kind of difficult. You know what I should do is I should just create a debug that allows me to like delete the logs and then just add one in. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, sometimes you just save a lot of time by adding a test. So I recommend if you're making a game that you create yourself a little debug UI, which is like this little button, and it opens up these. It allows you to save a lot of time in development. So in this case, I'm going to call this one create wheel test. Okay. And in here, I go to my debug UI at the top, which has the code in here for my debug UI. Create a new piece of code here, public void test wheel highlight. Then I'm going to just say game.i dot what is it, game grid dot blocks. Yeah, and I'm just going to basically destroy all of the wood and then add one back in. For each block in blocks. It's a little bit hacky, but it's fast, probably. And I'm going to say block dot break. Miss for each is not happy. Oh, blocks is a dictionary. Okay. forgot how to iterate through a dictionary. Let me go back to game grid. I'll just make a new function here that says clear it. Look for somebody that's doing this. Is it get block? Here it is. Public void destroy all blocks of type. I could see this being useful later. So I'm going to say block type, or see how we do the other one when it's getting from type. There we go, loot type, okay. Just using loot type to test it, that's fine. Loot type. Remove block. There it is. Put in the loot. Right now I don't have a way of just saying what the block is, so I use the loot. I really should add that option in since it's pretty useful, especially if blocks drop the same loot type. It's hard to tell who's who. And then, did I have that? No. Go through all of these for each one of the blocks. I'm going to say item if item.value, what the heck? Item.value, which is the block. The key is the position, I believe, in that. If item.value dot block data dot loot type, loot data dot loot type equals loot type then I'm going to go ahead and say break. I don't know, remove block might be what I do. Let's just call break on it, and then I'll go look and see if break removes itself or not. I go in here. Huh. Remove block's not working, so it does remove itself. But for some reason there's an error in that. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's why. Didn't close my brace. Okay, so this will destroy them all. And then I have that now in game grid instead of my little function, so I can use it again if I want to. It's always nice to try to be reusable if you can. There's debug UI, so then I can just say game.i.gamegrid.destroy all blocks of type, and then loot type dot capital loot type dot log. Okay, so that'll delete them all, and I want to add a single log in there so I can I can follow it. And this is not safe, but I'm just going to add one to the middle. So I'm going to say game.i.gamegrid.add block. How do I get a new block? I'll have to figure that out. The cell position is going to be, I'll just say 5 by 5. So I'll say new vector 2 5 5 is somewhere in the middle. Now I got to go back to game grid and remember how I add blocks. I use a singleton pattern, which is what's going on and there in the game.cs. Alright, so game grid should have a Create block instance and add to grid. Okay. That's probably what I need to handle everything. Beep, up, up. Create game grid dot. What the heck? Game grid. Is it like not public? Maybe I got something going on here. What? Where is this? Did I delete it? Huh. Maybe I did. Let me check. Destroy all blocks of type. What the heck happened here? Oh, I just renamed this thing. Weird. Where is my destroy all blocks of type? Oh, there it is. Okay. This one here is supposed to be create and add to grid. I don't know what I did here, but I'm sure I could roll the tape back if I really wanted to know. Where's my debug UI? Somebody said recently that I have too many windows open. Do you agree? I'll move this to the front. I know where it is. Okay. So here I go. Create the block, and then I give it a position. And what is that position? It's just two separate numbers. That's convenient for me right now. And then I do block data dot. It says, what did I pass in? A new block data. Okay, let's see how somebody else is using this. Find all references. Looks like it's got, oh, get instance of data, block data, okay. So, I guess this is, I'm using a string for this. I don't want scaffolding. Go back here, look at my block factory, look at my blocks. I do not have that block in there, so I'll add in my wood block, and I'll call it wood. The little factories just to make it like convenient to add things in. So now I can just say wood. Okay. Then I have to link this piece of code up with my debug UI. Should probably also rename this. It's called Test Customer XP. I should rename it to Test Customer XP. And this one will be called Create Show Wheel Highlight. Okay. Then I go down here to my button and I grab the new function that I created in my debug UI, which is called something about a wheel. Wheel, 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 wheel. Test highlighting. Test wheel highlight. Okay. Save my project, hit play, and now I have a way of testing it out. Let's see if this works. So I click here, I say test wheel highlight, and it says nope. Yeah, the problem here is that I'm destroying something in a for each and not doing it in a reverse for loop. Okay. like writing for loops, man. Int I equals blocks dot count. I don't know what I do here, -1 or something. Well, I is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. Let's see. I get block equals blocks how do I do this? So I'm going to be destroying it as it goes. Do I need to do like a try gate or something? Probably. Get block. Blocks is a vector 2, so I can just say new vector 2. I think I'm need to use something like this. Yeah, because it does bounce checks and all that. Yeah, I'll just do this. Basically the same thing I need. Destroy all blocks of type. Bonk. Grid size X, Y, this is doing it. It tries to get the value. Is there out of bounds check I need to do? No, probably not. Equal to, then I say, I don't know that this is going to solve the problem. It's still going to go, well, yeah, it might still be a problem when I look for it and it's not there, but we'll find out. It's a dictionary, not an array, so I think this will be okay. This block dot break. Whoop. Okay. Let's try again. Maybe this time without any errors. A friend of mine who just saw that you could play Haberdash or something on Congregate, an old game I made. I don't think it works though. We'll find out. If it does work, it'd be fun to play it. It's an old game I worked on. It's like another roguelike, but it's like a side-scroller Mario type of game. Okay, let's see. Show wheel highlighting. Okay. Let's let it settle. Okay, let's see. That did what I wanted to do. Took a little longer than I expected, but now I can go ahead and put a breakpoint in. To probably already have one in my query customer. Yeah, I do. Okay, now I know when it hits this log that it's just testing this one and not, all the other logs that are around, which most of them are not going to create a square. So I'll click here. Okay, so the blocks, we should just be one block. Yep. I assume it's just one. It comes through, it says I added this block, which is my 5, 5. Oh, I wonder if I added the block before and it's going through and saying, hey, you're not stone. Oh. I shouldn't be looking for logs. I should be looking for stone anyway. Okay. I'm adding the center of the block, which is the wood at the end here, because I don't want this to go through it. And this shouldn't be looking for if it's a log. It should be looking for if it's a stone. She had a lot of things that were backwards. I already stopped the debugging. Let me tell my buddy I'm on. I'm streaming. If you feel like watching, don't if it's distracting though. My buddy Reckless Pancake is working on a roguelike, and it's pretty cool. Okay, so this is only highlighting a tiny bit, and I don't get why it's highlighting at all. It's highlighting this one. It shouldn't be highlighting. I'll run my debug. I need to make it so it closes that window as soon as I do that. Is there any way I can get this guy in? I don't think so, because I can't put things on top. Oh, it's bugged somehow. Okay, beautiful. That could be part of the problem. Huh, we'll try it again. I think I might have another issue with with the grid and not cleaning it up. Okay, so that's not showing up. That is. These all are blocks. Okay, so it should be working. Sometimes, it seems like things are really broken, but if you just keep walking through, it's usually not as bad as you think. Sometimes it is, but usually not. Alright. So I got all my directions. I got 8 directions. That's good. I'm getting the block at this direction, which is X, which is to the right. And it's saying, hey, grab my next block. It's grabbing the next block. It says, hey, are you stone? It should be. Yep. And it adds the wheel group, which has probably nothing in it. Yep, it adds the block. I got the right one. Now it gets a block again. It's looking for the left one. Am I stone? Yep. Add 2. Where are we going now? I'm going up. So right, left, up. Next one's down probably. Yep. Adds that. Then it's looking at upright. Is it stone? Yep. Now it's going up left. Stone, yep. Now it's... This looks like up left. Didn't I already do up left? Now it's down left. Should be the last one. Okay, so then I'm adding my own one. So right now we have 8 blocks, which is correct. Then I got 9. I added my own. Now I'm going through all my wheel block group. I'm grabbing the block from, grabbing the 8th one. And then this is, so this all looks right to me. I wonder if my cell position 5-2 is correct. I don't think that's correct. Maybe it is. I'm going to F11 in. For each block and blocks, it's got 9. It's going through and this is trying to figure out the size of it, I think, but I don't think max is 10. Blocks array. It's basically just creating an array here. Yeah. Be a nice fat way to visualize this. Highlight. This is query customer highlighting. It's highlighting the next one. Why is it doing a next one though? There should only be one. I'm going to go ahead and check and see. I'm going to create a list of blocks just to check to see, to make sure I'm only getting one, because if not, then I'm not clearing my data very well. And it could be something about the way I'm creating my group too. For now, I'm going to not add the center wheel to it. So I got my block list, then I'm going to go through my block list. And if this produces any more than one item in the list, then I've got a problem. Whenever you change code, you always want to make sure you stop your debugger, because that can be a problem. Okay. If you're watching and you want to play this game, please do give me some feedback. If it stinks, I want to know. If you got ideas, I want to know. It's easy to get like really stuck in your own view of what your game is, and it's nice to get some other outside perspective. Okay, now I'm going to test it out again. Wait. I clicked it and it didn't do anything. Okay, there it went. Okay, so it shows that I have a block list of 1, which is correct. The 5-5 block, which is where I put it. Create all the cardinal directions. F5. When I come down here, I should have found a wheel, right? Yep. And when I look at what's in my wheel group, it should be 8. And they should all be around 5-5. 5-5 not here, but I've got 5-4. Which is to the, I don't know if it's up or down, but that's up, that's down, so that's the ones above and left. And then I've got there should be 3 on the left, so it's a 4-6, 4-7, and 4-4. Is that right? So 4-6, 4-4 is weird to me. Right? That means that it's left and down. I guess that's right. Yeah, that's right. But where's my 4-5? 5-5, and I would expect to be a 4-5. Where's 4-5? That may be a problem. Down right, down left. Uh, 5, 5, 4, 5. I'm not seeing a 4, 5. That must be my problem, maybe? It should still look right. I mean, it should still show me what's happening. I think I must have an issue with the way this is working. Probably not putting in the right cell position. It is weird though that unless I'm thinking incorrectly, there should be one right to the left. So there's 5, 5. There should be a 4, 5. I'm not seeing a 4, 5. Right, my current block is that maybe it dropped down or something, and or I dropped it down, and it's in a different place, and that's why it's confusing me. But I think even if it did drop down, I'm gonna go ahead and just do something simple. I'm gonna do a highlight on the block so I can see where it's looking at least. I think I have some code in one of these still. I think it's probably the who is it? It's the coal guy. What is he called? Power plant. I still highlight? I do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add this into my customer just so I can double check that that's what's happening. Query customer. Okay, that'll maybe give me some information. Huh. Nothing is highlighting. It looks like it's like working because it sees this block, but it's like doesn't know about the rest. Which could be an issue with the way I'm destroying something. I'm going to just test it normally without you running my test and see if that fixes it. Play. It's crashed or something. Oh. Stop. Yeah. So it's highlighted the ones that it sees that work. This one's obviously not taking into account the outside. So it's not taking out of bounds in consideration, or as I expected that it wouldn't. It's not checking to see if it's already been highlighted as a wheel so they can intersect like this, right? That's not what I want to happen. So we know that it's checking this, but it's not looking at any of these blocks around it, or they would have highlighted them. Excuse me. So where is my query? There it is. How is that not working though? It's like it's not even coloring it, which means it's not finding it. Huh. Oh. Am I not actually indexing it? I am indexing it by J. Okay. block here. Alrighty. I think that was just the wrong place to put my highlighting. It's just, yeah, this should highlight everything but the center block now. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. So if I swap this twice over, that should highlight as well. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, though, if I put like that one and this one are all highlighting, the highlight's definitely not working. It's working here, but it's not working over here. And I wonder if it's, wonder why. Looking, it's picking up the right blocks, but the highlight isn't working. I mean, the auto tile is not working. Wheel group to wheel group cell position. Is that cell position not right? Not sure. Let's look at mill. The mill highlight, it basically grabs the groups. Then I grab all the block groups from the logs, and then which I don't need that, I go to group. I grab the block and then I say block, oh, maybe this, am I doing block display? That's pretty funny, if that's what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, wheel block. You know, copy and pasting, sometimes it saves you time. Sometimes you're an idiot. Like me. That's okay. That's okay. God is good. Yay! Okay, now it's got a nice little outline. If I do a swap here, we'll get this little block. That looks nice. I mean, I don't like it red, but it's showing me the wheel. Yeah. Wheels, man. Ooh. That's satisfying. I think I need to do something with this auto tiling to make it look a little nicer. Now if I do my test now, and I say show highlight, okay, and I need to go back and make that close. It's bugging me. When I click the test, I wanted to close the debug. So who else is doing that? Somebody's closing it, I'm sure. Somebody calling hide? Yeah, he is. Okay, so I just go down here and I say test highlight, and then I just say hide. That way I don't have this debug sitting up there every time I do the test. That won't happen now, but for next time. So if I click this, won't that? Yeah, I need to make sure it's not testing. It's testing for 0. Donk. Donk. So it's like the out of bounds stuff. I need to check for. I think the thing I just need to do is I go into my query customer, and then I say, you know, this is just an out. So I say if it's next block, And if that's false, then I do break. It's a else. I say found wheel which was false. Thank you, whoever's auto completing this for me. That'll fix that problem. So I mean, doing the highlighting part is useful for players. They didn't have this originally, but then I think it's difficult to know what's happening. I think having the highlighting is good. In this case, I don't think it's fun to have to view what's happening here. Okay, so if I do this, and now if I break this, it should stop highlighting as soon as that gets broken. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take the red off. I think we're good, almost. I'm not sure if I like the wheel. I think probably keeping the outline so the center wheel doesn't show is fine. I'm taking this out. What I might do is create a sub function that basically just gives me a group of wheels, and then I can reuse that for both of these. That'll be a little cleaner. So I'll just make public. What are they called? They're called these like groups. What are they called? Wheel group. What is a wheel group? He's a block group. So I'm going to return a block group. Block group. Get wheels. I'm basically going to copy this stuff. Somewhere, I don't know. Put it in here. Bloop. Okay, I'm going to get the wheel. Then I'm just going to... do I want the center wheel or not? I think I will. I'll add them back there. And then if I found a wheel, then I'm going to have a block group. Wheel group. In these other ones, do I have a list of, do I get like a list of them? List of block groups? Let's see. Get all blocks with loot type. This is the wrong one. Power plant. Yeah, it's a list of block groups. Okay, that's what I thought. So I'll make a list of block groups. Wheels group. And then I'll just rename this to, yeah, wheel group's fine. Wheels group and wheel group. Then I come down here and it says I found the wheel. Put that down there so I can delete it. If found wheel, then wheels group dot add wheel group. Get wheels. It's weird that it's all the way down there. Then I just say return wheels group list of block groups. This seems like a lot more code than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's alright. So then I'm going to say list block group wheels group equals Get wheels, is that what it's called? Yep. Get wheels. For each. I don't like var though. Why don't we just say what it is, right? It's a block group. I don't know why it's not highlighting this for me. Wheels group. Then I can say for each blocks, block group, block group, block group. Okay, let's see if that works. That way, when I go up to actually do scoring, you know, it'll be simplified and scoring will be smaller. Let's double check that I didn't break anything by refactoring. Oop. Please, oh, there we go, this one's highlighted. It's kind of hard to see. I think maybe I need to change the color of my, at least the color of this auto tile group. Or something. It's a big chunk, man. Seems like it's too easy to do, too. But it still works, so that's great. I can test out scoring in just a second.
Tally up!
Loud.
Round 2.
It's not scoring yet, so now we do scoring. We get the highlighting done. It's interesting, the highlighting needs to know if it has a stone wheel buff as well. I was thinking instead of making them upgrades, of making them like their own little like customers and synergies and stuff, but it's going to take a lot of UI work to do that, and I don't feel like doing that right now. So, wheels group. What I should do when I process the final is I should probably, well, I'll figure it out in a minute. So we want to grab, get wheels. Did I break it? I did. Now I want to say, I'm probably going to do the same thing here. Now when I do it, let's see what we're doing in other ones, for like, let's say the, power plant customer, what he does is he goes through the groups and then he does this like, it's an async awaitable, so I can do some timing and stuff. It looks like he goes through them, he colors them red, he waits, and then he plays a collect material sound. Then, after he collected them all, he does this stuff. He does the, you know, gaining XP, showing the combo points, stuff like that. So that's what I'll do. Don't need this. We're not highlighting it. Wheel block. Highlight it red. Wait a second, then play the collect material. And when I'm done, then I can do the scoring here. I'm moving my Got birds in my chimney, and they're squeaking all night long. Chimney swifts. I'm happy there's more life in my house, but I worry that makes it sound like the little bacon baby swifts are in trouble, and that makes me uncomfortable. What was the one I was looking at? I was looking at power plant customer. I'm going to move this close to my query so I can look at it. Okay, so then it says show money, show combo points, then it awaits again, and then what is it doing? Then it removes them. Okay. Then, interesting. This whole thing is just saying for each block group and coal, okay. So I'm gaining the XP here. I don't feel like this one's right. I think I should be gaining the XP at the end or something. Show log combo points. Yeah, we'll just work on it. Collect material. Show log combo points. It's not a good name for that. Points. I think probably show wheel combo points. I don't have a reward value, so I'm not processing the reward yet. And the group, it's a block group. Reward value. For right now, I'm just going to say int reward value equals, what is it, 8 times 2, 16, 17. I'll just do 17 for now. I mean, I guess I could calculate it, which might be better, but if I do that, then I gotta clear them all. And he clears them all. Remove blocks. Breaks them all. What's this group called? Oh. Block group. Objects is required for non-static. Oh. A capital B, man. Lowercase b. Then it removes the blocks, and then it breaks them, but it does not give you the value of the things that you break, because we're already calculating that for you. And then we add the money here. So it goes, go through all of them, color them red, make a little noise, show the XP and gain it, show the wheel combo points. Yeah, let's see. Seems like we're getting along.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Okay. Oh, look at that. See, that picked out 2 of them. Okay, let's see how this works.
Tally up! Round 2.
Let's go. I mean, I'd rather that it like highlighted in a circle, probably. think to highlight in a circle, I just have to make sure that it's like up, left, right. But if I take my swapper and move this over, it's going to find that one. I think this is cool. I like it. I wish I had more swaps. So close. I also need swaps to be able to go across like this. I think it's better to allow it to swap. I'll probably make that a list here. 3. Allow swapper to swap nothing. But I just want to look at this again.
Tally up! Final round.
Yeah, I think making it go around in a circle is a good idea. If I want to do that, I think I'll have to change one thing, and that is change how this works. So instead of using cardinal directions, I would probably just add up, right, down, left here. So if I want it to go up, why are these dark? Why is that text dark? Okay, so I want to do up, then upright, then down, right, no, that went right, up, upright, right, down, right, down, down, left, left. Sometimes it matters, doing these things. Just adding a little bit of polish, especially if it's easy. Up, upright, right, down, left, left, up, left. I don't have an up, left. Okay. I think that'll fix it. Beep, bop, bop, bop. I'm seeing errors in here though. I wonder if those are just up level. Okay, yeah, that's nothing. I use debug errors a lot of times because it's easier for me to find in the
Wisdom Minor.
inspector.
Round 1.
Boop. Okay, we got 2 ready to go. 3. As well. Can I get that guy? No.
Tally up!
Let's see how this. Let's see if it does it the way I want it to do now. Yep.
Round 2.
Cool, dude. I didn't make this highlight first, though. It seems like you have to hit it once before it highlights, and this is a bug, but just out of curiosity, this is a highlighting bug.
Tally up! Final round.
Yeah, you can just stream in, no problem. Yeah, if you step into the room, I'll see you. What's up? Cool. When is it happening?
5:30. So we'll be here about 5:30.
Okay, an hour. That's good. I'll be probably wrapping up here pretty soon. I love you. Okie dokie. Okay, I think I'm decently happy with that. This thing shouldn't be level 13, but, you know, I titled this stream that I was going to be adding in the, what was it? I can't remember what they're called. Joint ventures. And this wheel is going to only be an option for you to choose if you have, you know, the mill and the quarry at the same time. So when you level up, it may be an option for you to choose. So that's why I call them joint ventures. I looked it up on Google and they said that's what it's called when companies work together. But I think what I need to do now, I've just basically tested that it works. If I add, you know, if I add this upgrade to the player, then the query customer will have the option to use it. I'll move this down here. But then I have to add in basically the upgrade system and the UI, and then the thing I anticipate that'll be a little fussy is just being able to get interrupts. You know, if you're coming up with a position for an interrupt where it checks to say, hey, does anybody need any of the customers have an upgrade? So like in between the round, it will look for that, and then it will like pause your input and give you a choice to buy it. So that's the next step. And you can see that if I go to the player and I remove the buff that I added to it, is this the right one? Yeah. Take out my stone wheel buff, then I run it again. It should not do the highlighting, and it should not do the what is it?
Wisdom Minor.
So I should be able to see that.
Round one.
Is this line, but if I swap this over, it's not highlighting, and it should also not.
Tally up. Round two.
So I think that's a good stopping place. The next thing I need to do is, like I said, add in the upgrade system for the customers. So I'll probably do that next time I stream, or I'll do it off, stream. Let me know if you want me to stream it or not. Thank you for bumbling around with me today. God bless you and your family. Hope you guys have a great day, great week. Yeah. Thanks. Goodbye.